Welcome back to another episode of the Wise Mind Sakai podcast. I'm your host, Nat Plastino, bringing you wisdom with a splash of humor and just enough enthusiasm to replace your morning coffee. Though let's be honest, I wouldn't dare take away your coffee. That's dangerous business. Today we're tackling a topic that's been on humanity's mind, well, since humanity became self-aware. The topic is death. Yeah, the big D word. But before you clutch your pearls, don't worry. This episode isn't about fearing death. In fact, it's about something way scarier, not actually living while you're alive. Now, here's the thing, most of us tiptoe through life as if the goal is to reach death safely. You know, don't take risks, don't embarrass yourself, don't step out of line. We live so cautiously that we're basically already in a coffin. The Stoics are way ahead of us on this. Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Wow. That's a mic drop moment from 2,000 years ago. The man didn't even have a TikTok, and he still knew we were wasting time. We don't fear wasting minutes on social media, but we fear climbing a mountain, starting that business, or saying, "I love you" first. But guess what? The mountain won't kill you. Well, okay, if you don't have the harness, of course. But most of the time, fear keeps us small, not safe. Marcus Aurelius, Rome's philosopher emperor, the guy who had to rule an empire and still had time to write motivational journal entries, he once wrote, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." Let that sink in. Not beginning to live. That's the tragedy. Imagining finishing your life and realizing you lived like a draft email you never hit send on. Nobody wants to be the unsent email of existence. Living doesn't have to mean skydiving every weekend or moving to Bali to become a life coach. Living can be as simple as saying yes to new experiences, laughing a little louder, forgiving faster, and daring to be weird and authentic. Now let's sprinkle in some humor because let's face it, death is heavy, and none of us want this episode to sound like a funeral. Think about it. Death is the one appointment you can't cancel. Amazon can reschedule your package delivery. Your dentist can push back your root canal. But death? No reschedule button. The irony is we act like to avoid thinking about it somehow extends the warranty on our lives. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. So if you can't avoid the ending, why not make the middle chapters epic? Why not add more plot twists, more laughs, more messy adventures? Nobody rereads a boring book, and you shouldn't live one either. Epictetus, another Stoic, he was basically the original life coach, and he said, "How long are you going to wait before you demand the best of yourself?" That one hits hard, right? Too many of us wait for the perfect moment. I'll travel once I retire. I'll start the book when I have more time. I'll tell them how I feel someday. The word someday isn't on the calendar, my friends. If you flip through your calendar, you'll see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but someday it's not there. Stop waiting for it. So how do we fear not living instead of fearing death? Here are 3 mindset shifts. Say yes more often. Life rarely knocks twice on the same door. If opportunity shows up, don't pretend you're not home. Open the door. Next thing is add joy to the small stuff. Dance while you're doing dishes. Wear fun socks to your boring meetings. Life doesn't have to be serious to be meaningful. Number 3 is remember the finiteness. Not in a creepy way, but as a motivator. Deadlines make us productive. Literally. Life's deadline is the reason you should live boldly now. So, my friends, let's stop fearing the one thing we can't control, death, and start fearing the one thing we can control, wasting our chance to live. Be bold, be weird, take that chance, because when the curtain closes, the only regret worth fearing is not having truly lived. And as Marcus Aurelius finally reminds us, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. That's it for today's episode. If you enjoyed this journey into Stoic wisdom, laughter, and a reminder to actually live your life, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future episodes. And hey, leave a review for the Wise Mindset Guy podcast. Your words not only help me grow, but they also inspire more people to stop fearing death and start truly living. Until next time, live wisely, laugh loudly, and keep that mindset strong.